Today for you, I'm going to make a very easy snack. It's my Samosa Quesadilla. So what is a Samosa Quesadilla? It's technically a samosa filling, but you made it in a quesadilla style. When you make it like this, you still get that great flavor of the samosa, but it takes away all of the work because you're not making the dough, you're not deep frying, so it's so much healthier, it's so much quicker. So whenever the mood hits you to have a samosa, but you don't want to make all of that, you can make this really delicious samosa quesadilla. And basically, it's a potato pea filling, and it's in a flour tortilla, and then you make it quesadilla style. So let's go ahead and make our samosa quesadilla. Let's go ahead and make our filling first. So to make our samosa quesadilla, we need to make the filling. And for the filling, I have about 2 cups of diced boiled potatoes. And again, just kind of use as much or as little as you need. And then for the 2 cups of diced potatoes, I have about 1/3 cup of frozen peas. And again, if you want fresh, you can use fresh, but I have frozen, so I'm using frozen. And then that's all you need for the main ingredients. I'm also adding about 2 cut green chilies for heat. I'm not adding any red cayenne pepper or anything else. So if you want some spiciness, then add the green chilies as little or as a lot that you want. And I have about 1 teaspoon of minced ginger. Now the spices is very simple. I have 1 teaspoon of whole coriander, 1 teaspoon of whole cumin seeds, and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. And the reason I have them separate is I'm going to grind them coarsely using my spice grinder or the coffee grinder. And then I have some other spices as well. I have about 1/4 teaspoon of chaat masala, and you can buy this easily in the Indian store. If you can't find it, then it's optional. You don't have to add it. It just adds a little bit something to the filling. I have 1/2 teaspoon of salt or to taste, about a pinch of black pepper, and then about 1 teaspoon of the kasuri methi. So that's the dried fenugreek leaves. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and grind this to a coarse powder and then show you how we make this really yummy filling for our samosa quesadilla. So in a large saute pan, I have about 1 tablespoon of ghee. Now the reason I'm using ghee is it adds that authentic samosa taste that you get on the street. So usually those are the filling, and the deep frying is done in ghee. We're not going to deep fry it today because we're going to make it quesadilla style. But I am using ghee for the filling. Now if you don't have ghee, that's okay. You can use oil. But to get that authentic flavor, it's worth having a little ghee for this recipe. So now that my ghee is hot, I'm going to go ahead and add the ground masala. This is the one I just ground. So I'm going to go ahead and add about half of it. So I would say about 2 teaspoons of ground masala. And give it about 10 seconds. And then I'm going to add my green chili and my ginger. Now I'm sure this is smelling amazing. Unfortunately, I have a cold, so I cannot smell anything. But I bet the house right now smells really good. This filling comes together in 5 minutes if you already have the boiled potatoes. Otherwise, it just takes as long as it to boil the potatoes. And that's it. So the spices are ready. I'm just going to add the potatoes and the peas. And that's pretty much it. And then I mix everything, add the spices, and then some chopped coriander, and our filling is done for our quesadilla samosa. And this will give you that amazing, authentic Punjabi samosa taste without deep frying or having to make the dough or anything. So it's pretty much like instant, I would say, samosa. Quicker than actually buying frozen samosa and baking them in the oven. This takes no time whatsoever. Like I said, if you especially have boiled potatoes ready, then it comes together in 5 minutes. Because everything is basically cooked. You're just kind of warming the spices and mixing everything together. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add my remaining spices. And that was like a pinch of chaat masala, about 1/4 teaspoon, some salt, pepper, black pepper, and then some dried fenugreek leaves or kasuri methi. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this for another 2 minutes, and then our filling is ready. Now this is such a great filling. If you have the time and have the puff pastry, for example, handy, you can use this as a filling for puff pastry, and that mimics a lot of those aloo rolls and samosa rolls that you get in restaurant. It tastes delicious. You can use pie crust and bake it, or if you actually want to make it from scratch, then you can make a samosa dough and then make the covering and then make the dough that way. But no matter which way you make it, this filling is just delicious. So I'm going to go ahead and chop some coriander, fresh coriander, and add to our filling, and then let it cool a little bit, and then I'll show you how to make the quesadilla. Also, I want like no big chunks, so as I'm mixing, I'm also kind of pushing it and smashing all those big pieces of potatoes so that there are no big chunks when we make our quesadilla. I want it to pretty much be a nice smooth mixture with just hints of potato chunks and pea chunks. The filling has cooled sufficiently, so I just added like a handful of coriander leaves, and now I'm ready to make my samosa quesadilla. So all I have to do is take this filling and use that as a filling to make the traditional quesadilla, but we won't have any cheese in it. It will just be the potato filling, and then we're just gonna pan fry the tortillas. So here I have a flour tortilla, and all I'm doing is putting some filling on the lower half of this tortilla, and then I'm going to cover it, like fold it in half, and then saute it in a pan. I like a lot of filling, so that's why I'm like kind of overstuffing it. Some filling may leak out, but that's okay. And then all you're gonna do is seal the edges with a little bit of water, or just press it, and then you're ready to cook this quesadilla. Now, in order to use a little bit less oil, instead of just pouring oil, I'm just kind of painting my skillet with oil. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put in my and then I'm gonna cook it nicely, low and slow until it's nice and golden brown on both sides. Now everything is cooked, so basically what you're doing is just warming everything and making the tortillas golden brown. Because the filling is cooked, the tortillas are cooked, so all we're doing is getting that all nice and golden brown. And like I showed you, you want to make sure that these things stick. So you can use a little water to stick the corners. If they don't and it opens up, that's okay too. It still tastes good. It doesn't affect any taste. I like to use a lot of filling so that it gives a really good taste. And so you're not just eating tortillas, but you actually feel like you're eating a samosa. So that's why I put in a lot of filling. So I'm gonna go ahead and cook this on both sides till it's nice and golden, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Here's our second one, and the first one looks beautiful, nice and golden. I'm gonna do both sides. So this is such an easy way to get that taste of samosa, but not have to worry about deep frying or making the dough or so this is such an easy way to make get the taste of samosa. And I really like this because it's easy. You can whip this up very quickly, especially like I said, if you have boiled potatoes, some leftover boiled potatoes. It comes together so quickly. You can also freeze these. They freeze really well. So you can kind of semi-cook them and freeze it, or even just put the filling and then freeze as is like this. And that way it's already all ready, and if you want it like as a snack after school or after work and you just want something delicious and spicy, you have that option because everything is already made. And you don't even need chutneys. I mean, chutney tastes good with it. I'm gonna serve today with some tamarind chutney, but you can eat it with ketchup or any hot sauce or chili sauce, anything you like, green chutney. This is just delicious no matter how you eat it. Our samosa quesadilla looks great. It's golden brown on both sides. So again, just to recap, it was two tortillas, and they're just plain flour tortillas, and then with our potato filling in it. It looks great. Let's serve it up. And here it is, our samosa quesadilla is ready. It was quick and easy, and look at all the really nice stuffing that's in there. I'm serving today with some tamarind chutney, but you can have it with anything or just plain as is. It's delicious no matter how you eat it. And like you saw, it's quick, easy, and I really enjoy making this often. And you can use different fillings. It's the concept is the same. Please share. Don't forget to share and subscribe to this channel. And I hope you enjoy making this meal.